The United Kingdom has convened an urgent security meeting following the detection of a Kazan-class nuclear submarine by a Royal Air Force RAF P-8 Poseidon maritime patrol aircraft in the western coastal waters of the UK. The Russian nuclear submarine, weighing 13,800 tons, was located after RAF maritime patrol aircraft deployed sonar buoys to monitor submarine activity beneath the surface. It is believed to be heading towards Scottish waters, home to the UK's nuclear submarine base at Faslane. The base hosts all four of the UK's Vanguard-class nuclear submarines, HMS Vanguard, Vengeance, Victorious, and Vigilant, each equipped with Trident intercontinental ballistic missiles. The presence of the Yeltsin-class submarine along the UK coast has alarmed NATO leaders, concerned that the Russian submarine may be attempting to identify vulnerabilities within the alliance. The British Prime Minister and the Secretary of Defence have been briefed on the situation. This detection follows a declaration by Russian President Vladimir Putin promising to punish the West for supplying Ukraine with long-range missiles like the ATACMS, allowing attacks on Russian targets and authorizing the use of Russia's frozen assets worth £40 billion in response. The Yeltsin-class submarines represent some of the most advanced in the Russian Navy, capable of carrying a variety of weaponry, including the hypersonic Zircon missile. Capable of speeds up to Mach 10, the Zircon can strike targets over 1,000 kilometers away, and the submarines are also armed with Caliber cruise missiles and torpedoes. While the exact number of Caliber missiles aboard, including those on the Kazan, is undisclosed, the first of the Yeltsin class, the Severodvinsk, carries 40 Caliber missiles. Recently, another Yeltsin-class nuclear submarine, along with 3 Russian warships, visited Havana, Cuba, close to the United States border, likely heightening tensions between the two superpowers. This friendship visit marks the largest deployment of Russian naval forces to Central America in decades. According to the Cuban government, the vessels involved in the visit include the frigate Admiral Gorshkov, the nuclear submarine Kazan, the fuel supply ship Passion, and the rescue tugboat Chikar. The Yeltsin-class submarine Kazan was commissioned in 2021, having been launched from Sevmash shipyard in Severodvinsk after construction began in 2009 and completed in 2017. Yeltsin-class submarines are regarded as some of the greatest in the world. The Yeltsin-class submarine, in conjunction with the Russian Navy's Bore-class ballistic missile submarines, is believed to be essential to Russia's defensive and deterrence strategies. Earlier this year, when probed about the threat of Chinese and Russian cruise missile submarines operating close to the U.S. mainland, the U.S. NORTHCOM Commander General Glenn Van Herk said Russia has been deploying its Yeltsin-class nuclear cruise missile attack submarines more frequently in recent years. The Yeltsin-class submarines could kill enemy ballistic missile submarines and attack other submarines and ships. They were built to target carrier battle groups and could quickly strike ports and naval installations. To strike the enemy carriers, the Yeltsin-class submarines carry the 3M55 ONIC missiles with a range of 320 nautical miles, or 592.64 kilometers. On the other hand, the submarines used for land attacks carry the 1,600 nautical mile, 3,963.2 kilometers, range, 3M14K of Caliber missiles. Land attack missions can also be carried out with the Onyx. There are 8 row M-346 complex 3-14B vertical launch tubes for Onyx and Caliber cruise missiles on Yasen-class submarines. The system can use the submarine's surface and underwater positions to launch missiles. In addition to this, the sub will also likely be equipped with hypersonic missiles. United Shipbuilding Corporation, USC, General Director Alexei Rachmanov had earlier said that Zircon hypersonic missiles will be installed on nuclear-powered submarines of the Yasen class under the 885M project, with preparations already underway. With its lethal missiles and cutting-edge capabilities, the deployment of these submarines in the Atlantic and the Pacific poses a threat to the security of the United States and its allies in Europe. For instance, Norway previously published a video showing a Yasen submarine operating near a network of undersea pipelines, bringing enormous amounts of natural gas to Europe and telecommunication cables connecting Europe and America. The addition of 3 more submarines to the Russian arsenal may, thus, not be the best news for these countries in the West, especially as tensions continue to rise in the wake of the protracted war being fought in Ukraine.